Hongkongers march in their thousands against extradition bill again, calling for leader to resign.
Here's a summary of the article.
Hongkongers marched in their thousands on Sunday to call for the withdrawal of a controversial extradition bill, despite its suspension by the government the day before. Protesters were clad in all black and many carried white funeral flowers in a spectacle tinged with additional significance following the death of a man who fell from a building in Admiralty on Saturday while protesting the extradition law. Hong Kong has been rocked by a series of protests in recent weeks against the proposed bill, the largest of which organizers said was attended by 1.03 million people, although police put the figure at 240,000. Former student leader Alex Chow said the government has yet to promise it will withdraw the extradition law. A focus of the anti-extradition march is the use of force by police against Wednesday's protesters. Ken Sang, who was filmed being assaulted by police officers in 2014 during the pro-democracy umbrella movement, told HKFP that the use of force against Wednesday's protesters was unacceptable. "It was extremely violent, much more than they should do. They didn't feel sorry at all," he said. The bill would enable the chief executive and local courts to handle extradition requests without legislative oversight, although lawyers, journalists, foreign politicians and businesses have raised concerns over the risk of residents being extradited to the mainland which lacks human rights protections.
This post received a score of 41,670, with an upvote ratio of 95%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
I hope people can appreciate the fact that almost 1 out of 4 citizens in Hong Kong came out to protest. Let that number sink in. Taking into account the elders and children, that's a ridiculous amount of people. If this still doesn't force the government to retract the bill in dispute, shit's gonna get wild.
And they have marched on 9/6, 1 mil people came out that time, yet the government didn't give a fuck then bam. 2 mil people today.
More than Trump's inauguration.
I thought 10 billion people showed up for that.
It was YUUUUGGGGEE.
More people in the history of people as no one's ever heard of numbers like these before, as far as numbers go.
Currently we estimate over 1.8 m protesters on the street. Edit, report says it's over 2 m, not the final count though. Edit, final count is 2,000,001.
An overhead photo taken by a drone shows how insanely many people there are.
Holy shit. Every inch of the street are covered with people.
This photo covers about roughly 700 meters, and the demonstration rally today stretches 5 kilometers with people filled up at least 2 main roads. Literally the front of the rally reaches the end point while the people would still have to wait 2 hours to start at the beginning point.
My parents-in-law in Shanghai didn't even know about what's happening in Hong Kong until my wife told them last night. Mainland China has this event censored from the rest of China and blocks people's texts, instant messages about this issue.
Not just censored. Complete fake news being spread about a pro-extradition march including photoshopped banners and signs.
Just looking at the rest of those article ads at the bottom of the page looks like something out of the Hunger Games propaganda machine. China is terrifying.
It's hard to wrap my mind around honestly. Who can look at that list of ads that all basically say the same thing and think, this news outlet is clearly telling me the whole, unbiased truth?
People who aren't educated to think otherwise.
A lot of it is that people don't care. If your life is going well, you don't need to worry about the rights of others or things like freedom. That's the trade-off the people are making. Forfeit civil liberty so the government keeps providing. This equilibrium will only last as long as people in China prosper though.
After 7 hours, PPL are still joining the protest at the starting point. All roads between the starting and ending points are filled with PPL. This is absolutely insane. I grew up in HK and protested a lot when I lived there. I have never seen that many people filling up that many roads. This will be more than 1.03 million people last week, and I would not be surprised if this is more than 1.5 meters or up to 2 meters protesters show up. And we have 7 meters PPL in HK. Here is a link with 4 live Steam video in one link, and of course all in Cantonese. Right-click to mute, unmute.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.